shared link. We're going to drop it into Facebook. Something I should have done in the first place, but whatever. So, here's what's been happening and why I haven't been on lately. Straight up, laziness. Straight up, my life has been turned on its friggin' head for the last couple of days. None of y'all really give a shit about that, that's fine. So here's the deal. I'm going to set this new camera up. I hope. There we go. Now, as you can see, from my being rotated the wrong way, there are going to be some changes done. One of them changes, if I can find it, is doing this little number right here. What I'm trying to do well, that ain't it either. Alright, well, anyway. Here's the deal. My living situation has changed. It's going to be changing yet again very rapidly, very shortly. My lifestyle has changed excessively. This is just a channel update more than anything else. Might get a little Minecraft in, maybe some Warframe, I don't know. But I kind of feel like I owe it to the 50 some odd people per channel that's a part of my YouTube and Rumble audience to kind of explain what's going on here. There's a possibility of being a homeowner. I have the waterproof camera. Where if I can get the land and the building, I'm going to do a video, kind of a setting up the home video. That way, I can give you guys some content and context as to the why things have been so messed up and why this is going to be so so much of a mess. See, we're going to be doing a drastic shift from doing just streaming content to actual edited proper videos. With good old-fashioned narration and note-taking and all that jazz. The video games are fine for filler content, and they will proceed to be filler content at some point. I'm sure it'll happen again. But here's going to be the biggest difference of it all. As you can see, I'm on a couch. It's not my couch. It is a friend's couch. And at some point I will go into greater detail on this friend with permission. But I don't have that right now. What I can tell you is, I will be doing a little bit of moving, a whole lot of packing and cleaning, and a whole lot of building. Now that building is either going to be building a house or getting family permission to do survival videos on a quite large piece of property. And not really doing survival, but kind of doing the overnighters in the woods kind of thing. I'm not starting it this year. I'll be starting it this upcoming spring. And my reason for doing that is because we're also going to start hosting guests on this channel. It's not just going to be me. We're working on getting probably a third room so I can set it up to actually host having live conversations with like people that are important to the local area. And by local area, I mean in general the state of Maine at some point. Because I really feel like people are burying the lead here. And people are enacting agendas without saying why they're enacting them. Or why they feel like these agendas are somehow better than. And my methodology is quite simple, to just give them a chance to explain themselves. I'm still wearing the Frank Castle skull, the Memento Mori. That is because I intend to continue with my very harsh approach to matters on channel. And that specifically is going to be located and designated to my Rumble and YouTube. Now, YouTube is going to be a little tricky. They have like really intense rules and guidelines for what I can and can't do. So, I'm going to look into Rumbles and see if stuff like skinning and quartering a deer would be against their terms of service. Or if raising and slaughtering animals would be something against Rumble's terms of service. If it's not, then I'll be hosting that stuff over there. If it is, I'm gonna have a conversation with some of my friends that are more on the technical side of video hosting and see about setting up my own website. Kind of a mixed bag of what are we doing here. Now, for the sake of your entertainment, I think what we'll do, just for about an hour today, we'll go half hour. We'll go 12:30 today. I got a late start because I had lots of house chores going. And if I can do the modifications to my friend's house that would help this person out, then that'd be great. There is another situation that I'm not going to talk about until everything is finalized on that respect. And also with the permission of those involved. there are some things that are best left off the internet. And yes, that is experience talking. That is not just me blowing it out my butt. So we're gonna give you some Minecraft today. I'm thinking we'll go no mods, brand new world. Just the good old Minecraft experience. Nothing too, oh hey, you know, too crazy. And we'll call this place Mercer. Adjust my cap logs, but I'll leave that one capitalized. Oh, 4957. Jump right into it and rock and roll. Did you seriously spawn me underwater? You've been behaving. Well, fine. There's only really 4 buttons I need to worry about on this anyway, so. Hey, guess what? You may have started me in the water. Looks like that ain't gonna matter much. Okay, now, here's the thing that I've noticed about these. This is the Razer Tartarus V2. The thumb switches, as you can see, that is supposed to be signed W. Does not always like to work. I know why it's not working too. Here's the deal. Some USB devices require certain amounts of power. So, here's the fun thing about that. Now, this is the wire for the Tartarus. If we take and we plug it into its own independent USB space, like so, and we take the good old keyboard and plug that into the hub, I'm going to show you a little performance difference. Oh, excuse me. For whatever reason, some of these gamepad devices do not like being hooked up to whatchamacallits, expanded devices like hubs. And I do believe it's a power delivery problem. You could correct me on this, and I very well could be dead wrong if there's something wrong with my tartars. But I've noticed that it functions better when you plug it into a USB directly, not a hub. So, now, for the time being, here is the biggest change so far in my life. And this isn't really anyone's issue, but it can affect the channel. I am staying that I am this friend's house elf, effectively, without the mean, torturous treatment. And to quote Deadpool, or to paraphrase, I receive sweet, almost borderline lover-like treatment. So, I'm not being mistreated in any way, shape, or form. Rather, just grab some quick resources. If I can find some water melons, that'd be great. Say what you will, watermelons don't fill you up that fast, but they are a fast-growing, almost infinite crop cycle. Finding these on the first day in Minecraft is basically, well, it's its own godsend. We're close to the water, we're close to the desert. We can go grab some cactus, so that way if I run into the situation where the heck am I thinking here? Sticks. Hey, there's a little mine right there too. It is waterlogged. IRL. We'll stick to the IRL for right now. My topics are bouncing around. The description on this in Rumble is messed up. I need to edit this. I don't know how to edit it, and I'm in the middle of recording, so my life is taking an interesting turn. I'm no longer who I am. I'm no longer with the people I was with. In fact, things are changing in that relationship as well. It's still a relationship. It's just not the same kind that it was before. I don't want people to miss... You know what? There is one mod I'm going to add to this. Just one singular mod, and that is the... tree capitator. It's just... It just makes the tree thing so much easier to deal with. So, here's the deal. My consistency rating for YouTube or Rumble, it's going to be in the toilet for a while. But fret not, there's a good reason for this. I'm going to be getting a real job. I'd been kind of half-assing my life up until this point by putting off the whole getting a real job, because to be honest with you, being someone else's bitch at a job has really kind of hurt me in some really bad ways, like emotionally, mentally, and as far as my ego is concerned. Now, that being said, Not having the resources of having a job is doing something that pisses me off even more than that. It's limiting my resources. So, what does this mean for the channel? Well, the biggest difference is going to be in that I'm going to start making more time for actually living life. And I'm not saying that people can't make a living on YouTube or Rumble. That's not really what I'm saying. But even the most professional YouTuber out there will tell you, if you're under like 10,000 viewers, or even if you're under 1,000 viewers, you really need to be working a job on top of streaming and content creation. It's fine as a hobby to start. You don't just instantly jump into the pool and expect everything to friggin' work, because that's really not how 90% of things in life work, okay? Like, very rarely, and it's oftentimes more work than it's work, but very rarely do things that you enjoy become something that is a career. And it happens. I mean, it does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying it's very rare. Oftentimes, especially your first job, it's going to be a shit show. You're going to hate it. You're going to hate your boss. You're going to hate 90% of the people that you work with. You just got to kind of get over it. Now, that being said, I think we're just going to dig a hole. There is something to be said, let me just push the button, about the hard-working blue-collar dude. They can be crude, they can be rough, they can be brash, but at the same token, they get shit done. And right now, my problem is, shit's not getting done. And it is 100% my own damn fault. Okay, let's pro-con this job situation, shall we? Just for a moment. If I have a job, I can afford to separate some income and go get better equipment for the streaming. Previously, I was relying on gifts and donations. This way, I can afford to get my own stuff. Okay. Is there anything wrong with having people invested in doing something that you enjoy as your future? No, that's not what I'm saying. Skellyman and a creeper. That is not what anyone wants to see. So here's what I'm gonna do. Look, if I'm being honest, this whole streaming thing was literally just an experiment anyway. It was to see if I could do it. I can do it. I've accumulated a few, not many, but a few viewers. I can make this profitable to some degree. The problem is, can I make it profitable enough to support itself? On YouTube, probably not. I'll be strictly honest about that one as well. Me and YouTube have some pretty severe disagreements on quite a few things. One of those is their content moderation policies. They're not evenly enforced even a little bit. And I knew this going into it, right? So it's not like some big, who's the prize? No, I knew what YouTube's policies were when I started doing content creation of any kind. I literally, quite literally did my homework, okay? So I am not going to sit here and play the blame game of saying it's YouTube's fault or it's the bigger streamer's fault or any of that stupid bullshit. We'll just call it what it is. reality. Is this gonna work? No, it's gonna have to be the logs that are out there, and I can't go out there anymore because I am nowhere near prepared for it. Reality speaks louder than fiction, and I purport myself to be against certain transgender movements because they don't live in reality. It's hypocritical of me, okay, to blame them for not living in reality and then believe my own fiction. To be perfectly blunt, you don't live in your own reality. You live in the same reality as the rest of us. You live in the real world whether you want to or not. The real world, unfortunately, requires this little thing called results. The only way I'm going to get results is by making them. Not sitting here blaming my failures on other people. That's right, Pops. If you see this stream, congratulations. You're going to hear me say something that I probably would have never said otherwise. My failures are my own fucking doing. My father's not to blame for them. My mother's not to blame for them. We are well past that stage of my human development where other people are legitimately to blame for my fuck-ups. Okay, if something is fucked up in my life, guaranteed I fucked it up. Okay? $100%. And it's time to own that shit. It's time to turn around and flip it on its head, too. And actually make something of it. So, one of the big accountability things that I'm going to be doing, part of it, is going to be the act of specifically getting a job, getting some sort of employment, getting some sort of actual tangible cash coming in. From there, I need to find a way to take that money and multiply it. By a factor of a couple thousand. Now, I'm not looking for some get-rich-quick bullshit. I know that's what it sounds like, but that's not what I'm saying. I don't believe in get-rich-quick schemes. They just, in general, they just haven't worked for me in the past. And, you know, it's kind of one of those, like, once-bitten things, you know? If a dog bites you once, you're kind of an idiot if you let it happen again. have nobody to blame but yourself. If you know the dog bites, you should probably distance yourself from the dog. And if you refuse to do that, then you're a friggin' idiot. Okay. Excuse me. But that's okay. Because the respawn point is closer to the cactus. And trust me. Cactus and a little sand. That's assuming I can get to it. no idea what enemies are going to end up spawning in there, so I might be able to get my stuff back. It'd be nice. Could. That is an egg. And that is a chicken. Okay, Mr. Chicken. Bed. Bedroom. Some mutton chops. So it might not look like I'm doing the whole job searching thing, right? Here's the thing. I got the probes out. The probes all have my phone number, which is sitting right in front of that camera. If you happen to see me reach over and grab my phone and start talking on it, and you can hear a bunch of crazy stuff about, you know, working and doing a job, congratulations, you caught me. You caught me being annoying. Here's the deal. No matter how abnormal or how much of a tism you have or whatever online BS you subscribe to, you still have to subscribe to the fact that you're still going to have to do something to survive. Got two of them now. And now when I get enough iron to do a hopper setup, I can have infinite eggs. The important thing to remember is not so much to do something that you love, but do something often. And there's a reason why I say that. And it does rely mostly on your personality type. Would you rather spend the rest of your life working a job that you love, or spend a limited time doing something that you maybe hate, but gets you a shit ton of money so you don't have to do much at all? In my experience, time is more valuable than money. My time is more valuable than anything that any employer can offer me, as long as I say it's worth that much. So, the question that you have to ask yourself before you get any job. Number one, how much is your time worth to you? And how much of that time are you willing to trade for financial gain? It is the most important question that any person on this planet, every person needs to ask themselves this. Every. That's the single mom, the single dad, the couple that maybe just starting out their family. What do you need to survive? What do you need to maintain that survival? Okay? What do you want? In exactly the order that I just mentioned. Nothing, no other questions except for anything relating to your immortal soul. Okay, that's important too. I'm not saying it's not. In fact, I'd argue that's more. Nothing in this world is going to matter more, except for your soul, okay, than your time. He says as he wastes his time playing video games. Right? Wrong. This is me actually on a prolonged break from doing laundry and dishes. I just freed up the sink, and I'm going to have to finish cleaning out the sink. I just got done reorganizing the kitchen and the upstairs living room. Oh, hey, let's give each other a hug. Thank you. Okay, Speedy. I love how it says you died when you go to sleep. Hey, Mahjong, fix that, please. Thank you. Oh, look, the sun's coming out. Sweet. And it's almost 1 o'clock. Which means I'm going to have to go to work soon. Annoying little jackass is gone. Now. Okay, what are we doing now? Well, I'd like to simplify my mine access, but kind of have to have a decent mine first. That's a dead drop. I don't like dead drops. And you're flooded too. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna waste my time with that freaking thing. Why don't you just stay down there? Become a drowned. Quit being annoying. There. You can stay there. Don't really care at this point. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is do some basic coal mining. Oh yeah, basic coal mining, huh? Got a massive deposit of coal here. I'll take it. Now I'm just impressed. Okay, my chickens are in there. I have a free roamer, which is fine. I don't really care about him so much right now. We're gonna go snag some more trees. One more thing that might be in the works, maybe, and that's going to be a multiplayer stream for Minecraft. But it can't be a world that I host at this current location. It's just the difference in location and how Spectrum Internet works. The friend's place that I'm staying at is in an apartment complex. If you know anything about internet, then you know that when you're in an apartment building, you're all sharing the same lines, okay? So that makes multiplayer more difficult. Now, if I'm living in my own house, that bottleneck is extremely reduced. So, this is a Nintendo Switch 2. locally speaking, I can do online games fairly easily. As far as multiplayer games goes, well, fun fact about Minecraft, it is cross-platform. So is Warframe. Warface looks to be at some point. I don't know what point that's going to be, but we're going to find out. One of the people I would like to have as part of this stream doesn't want to do it. I'm not going to force them to do it. I'm not going to try. I'm not that dumb. If they're interested, they will come around on their own time. But the important thing for that, and this one's not really on me so much as it is, well, it is on me. It's on me to be entertaining enough for you guys to want to come back and watch. That's the part that's on me. So, we're going to trial run this while I'm working a job, one way or another. No, I will not tell you where my job is. I will not wear any uniform associated with that job on stream. No, it's none of your business. Do I give a rat's flying you-know-what about my pride? No. Am I going to sit here and be goaded into giving you the location on purpose? Absolutely not. My employer is my employer. That is their thing, their shtick. I will not be posting my resume on any public forum because it's none of your business. My professional life as far as maintaining employment and my streaming life as far as entertainment and entertaining my audience goes are separate things, and they will remain separate. And yeah, you can go ahead and dox me all you want. Pretty sure that's a crime, so do so at your own legal detriment. And before anyone asks, yes, I absolutely will pursue legal action against someone who purposefully doxes me in an attempt to cause bodily harm to me, my employer, or anyone else. If you disagree with my opinion, great. Clip my stream or my video, take pieces of it, not the whole thing, and be a lazy turd and just do a fucking basic react. Go ahead. Clip out the part of the conversation that you disagree with. Give your reasoning for disagreeing with it. Link it to me in my DMs, and I will try my best to come up with a decent response video. Now, bear in mind, my definition of decent could mean basically telling you to go yourself. That is a very distinct possibility. So, but that being said, if you want to have a conversation that we can route back and forth, the simple procedures is to have a response chain. You link my video that you disagree with in your description, and I'll do you the same courtesy. That way people can, people can kind of make up their own minds at that point. Got a lot of melon. Really got to get myself some iron so I can have a bucket. That's kind of really what I need, is just like the bucket. And if I could find one in a chest, that would work too. But is that torch? Am I interested in some stupidly long debate that's going to take months to kind of quash and deal with? No. No, if you're going to waste my time like that, you better be paying me. That goes back to what I said earlier in this video, where I said specifically, what is worth your time? What are you willing to be paid for? And if you're going to have that kind of a debate with me, I am A-okay having a good faith debate. And if it turns into a friendly disagreement that is an interesting conversation, then maybe I'll discuss having it with you in good faith as a conversation. That I have a right, just as you would, to terminate at any time based off of any number of reasons without insult or injury to the other person. That is what healthy debate looks like. But I'm not going to sit here and play this doxing bullshit game. I thought there was a creeper up there for a second. Where people think it's okay to endanger my life or the life of my family. Just because they feel like they have... One thing kind of came across. JD Delay, one of the people that I really enjoy his content, wood chipper all the way. Can I just kind of say, and I'm going to, whether I can or not, calling for violence because you disagree with somebody's personal ideas of what right and wrong are, as long as they're not hurting you in some physical way, shape, or form, can I just say that it's kind of fucked up to want to hurt them because you disagree with them? And that's not what Charlie Kirk was about. And people who are out there doing all this shit, they actually dishonor his name by doing this garbage. And you know what? People can sit there and say, oh, he was a bigot and a hateful person. To which I'm sitting here saying, you obviously don't know who the hell you're talking about or what, number one. But number two, never once in any of his videos has he called for literal street violence against anyone. And we all know what street violence is, because we've all seen more than our fair share of it in recent times. And to be honest, I'm kind of sick of seeing it from any side. I don't care what side of the aisle you want to say does it worse. I really don't care. I agree with what Charlie said when he said even 1% of people thinking that it's okay is a problem. 100%. We do not live in the time of the Crusades. If we did, you would not like me very much. Left, right, and center. A lot of you, about a good 50% of you, would be on my shit list. In general. Because as a human being, I'm probably the closest thing to a civilized misanthrope that you're going to find. I don't like people. I find most of you grating and annoying. And on a personal level, I'm pretty sure, if you guys know me, you'd probably say the same thing about me too. And I will be perfectly blunt. I'm okay with that. I was taught growing up, in a snowball fight, if you throw a snowball, expect to get hit by a freaking snowball, okay? If I'm gonna call the rest of you a bunch of useless, annoying fuckwits, then I have to be able to take the same insult in kind. That is my duty as a person who hurls an insult like that. So, if I say it, I have to be able to take that insult in stride. That's how I was raised. I am not above insulting people. In fact, some of my insults, my zippy one-liners and zingers, some of them are actually learned from, get this, other people who agree with me. that a lot of humanity is pretty and annoying, including each other, and we're friends. So, will I coddle you? Hell no. Do I expect to be coddled on here? Fuck you, no, you better cuss and swear and call me everything in the fucking book. But there is one type of fucking speech I will not allow, I will not accept, and will not tolerate on my channel, and that is threats. You threaten anyone on my channel, comment section, direct messaging, I don't care what it is. That shit's getting handed over to both YouTube and law enforcement and Rumble or whoever the platform owner is. I will turn you over so fast, it'll make your fucking head spin. You will make the demon from The Exorcist fucking jealous by the time I'm done with you. I will not tolerate threats. I will not tolerate acts of violence either. This is my fucking channel, and I'll do whatever the hell I want with it. And my lack of desire to tolerate anyone of a violent demeanor is well within my rights. Banning and blocking you are also going to be on the table as well. Now, if your threat's something stupid, like you're going to make a fucking Nova bomb that's going to wipe out the entire planet, I'm going to sit there and call you dumbass, then I'm going to block you and report you. But not before calling you a dumbass. Who really needs to leave the fucking basement, especially if you know where that fucking reference is from. My chickens are there. My sand is going to be lined through here. I don't have that much of it, but just enough for me to get an idea as to what I'm doing. And then once we get a bucket, now we're gonna make a pretty big, like, I wish I was smart enough to do the farming where you have, you know, the automated, like the water spill thing and the lava and the villager farms and all that jazz. The reality is, I'm just not that good at this stuff. Dude, you suck at Minecraft. Well, and here's the thing, and this is gonna piss some people off. It's called having a life. Ooh. Why don't you take your black wool and your pork chop there, pork chop. Shut the main entrance. That's the entrance to the mining cave area. It's not quite nighttime yet. We'll actually go turn this off. Oh yeah, I need to go plant my cactus. Yeah. One more. Just get it out of my inventory. There's a place for it. Now, what I will say about my channel and my personal demeanor. I have anger issues. I have severe anger issues. I will go off at the drop of a hat. I will make an absolute fucking monkey of myself. I could be sitting here talking about this in stream and, you know, it probably doesn't matter because the stream probably isn't working at all. It probably doesn't matter because the stream probably isn't. Yes, the stream does work. Good. Okay. Here's the skinny. We are going to work on developing a kind of a casual debate system where we can discuss things over games, not just video games. Okay, I'm open to a good game of Uno or Rummy or whatever, and nice, peaceful conversation. Most of my best conversations, in fact, have happened over stuff like Monopoly, Rummy, Uno, like I said, even a good game of chess or checkers. So, there's something to be said about, you know, healthy debate. Now, there is a certain sector of our society right now that's seriously, and I'm not going to point fingers at one side or the other. Okay, although I can tell you that it does happen more frequently on one than the other, without any doubt. Okay. It doesn't matter who does what or pointing fingers like a kid. Oh, he voted it. I'm not one to give a shit. I will never give a shit. And there's just a reality to the fact that you're not going to be able to pay me enough to give a shit. Oh yeah, this stuff is dry. Shit. Okay, I need to go get some iron and get a bucket. I'd like to be able to get it from this cave here, but I don't know whether that's going to be feasible or not. Oh, you're not going to let me do it because there's water there, huh? Well, ain't that something? Number one. As a general rule, I am okay with water being used as an elevator, but times two, I have the high ground, which is important to me, because eventually, I mean eventually, once I've curated this area properly, the actual house is going to be on the hill. So that way I can look out and see all of my biomes. And yes, I will be turning it into this whole hilltop into one giant mansion. I think there's a village on that hill. Just a guess, though. Just a guess. Any iron whatsoever. I'm not really too impressed with that fact. And I have a concern about what this could mean. Could mean. Like a jungle tree there. I like jungle trees. They can give me chocolate chip, cocoa beans. Seeds. Oh, let's see. Oak is good. Torches are necessary. I do believe that this 1 hour and 15-minute stream is going to be good for today. I wish I could dump more time into it, but so much freaking housework to do, man. So much work. Laundry, dishes, floors. I mean, the whole place needs work. It does. But it's work that we're working on getting done. So, about the time I can get her set up, and get the other her set up, and get the other her set up. About the time I can get the whole damn thing set up, we're good. Bar none, we're fine. It's just a matter of getting it done, right? Like, not really up for discussion. and I mean that, not up for discussion at all. But, well, anyway, that's been basically Minecraft. We'll get back into Mercer when we're, um, at some point I'm going to build up into doing the copper stuff. Maybe someday I can get my friends to actually join in on this craziness. We'll see. But until next time, this has been Zero. Life has been great and grand. Hopefully everyone enjoys it. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the stream. Hopefully things work out. I know eventually they will. But until then, peace and chicken grease, and have a wonderful, safe time. And just start being nicer to each other, Peace out.